Be nominated for a Golden Globe. Oh, that's cap.
Next. Let's go. Next. That's some bullshit.
Hello, Internet. It is a beautiful morning here in St. Louis, Missouri, and today we're doing something very different. And we have Shamimi, Super Black.
Super Black.
So, a friend recommended this to me. Super Black, you are familiar with Screenrant?
Yes, they actually have some of my favorite little segments that they run on their YouTube that I watch. Like I think they have something called Pitch Meeting. I watch Pitch Meeting on Screen Rant. It's actually funny as hell. So yeah,
I've heard the name, but I don't know much.
You should definitely check it out. It's actually dope. Like it's like on like it's the type of stuff like Cinema Sins and How It Should Have Ended. How they just honest trailers. You know, very satirical about the way they talk about movies and stuff like that. So it's really funny and dope, and the way they just talk about certain movies make you go like, haha, you're right, that does make any sense. And one of their famous phrase is super easy, barely inconvenience. It's because it'll be certain things in movies, and it'll be like, so how are you gonna do that? That sounds really hard. And it'll be like, oh, super easy, barely inconvenience. It's the funniest thing ever. You should definitely go check it out.
All right, I will. So a friend of mine recommended this, and I thought we'd cover it.
Okay.
You know, as two African American Chads.
Of course I would. I'm black and in America. I'm also Jamaican. So
Chad.
Oh yes, I'm a Chad.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We're on the same page.
Yeah. Come on.
All right.
Kind of see myself more as a Max, but yeah, we could do a Chad.
A Mac. You know what?
A Max.
You know what? Okay. So I'm not gonna read all of this. But we're going to get straight to the numbering.
That's fine.
Spider-Verse.
Anyway.
20 things Miles Morales can do that Peter Parker can't. Before we start, what do you think is going to be in this list?
So I assume comic book wise, some of his abilities.
Electric.
Yeah, the electric ability, invisibility. I don't know if I could hit 20. He can't.
Exactly. Yeah.
He can't. Technically, he can't speak Spanish, so that's one. Because Miles Morales is biracial.
I think that'll be in there. All right, let's speak. Look at you!
Let's go!
Okay, yeah. He's a biracial.
Yeah. That's dope that he's biracial.
Blend in with his surroundings.
And invisibility, so
his abilities, yeah. I don't know. You know what? A more refined wall crawling ability.
What does that mean? What is that? I don't get
exactly.
What that means.
The first superpower Peter Parker discovered after jumping out of the street was the ability to stick to walls. Wall crawling has become Spider-Man's signature superpower, and Pete's gotten particularly good at it. Anyone who calls himself a spider hero has to be able to do this to some extent, but Miles' ability to stick to surfaces differs somewhat from Peter's. Okay, To be fair, Peter's ability has been refined through years of use, but Miles can use his through anything he wears, including his shoes.
That's the reason they say that? Because bro got J's on while he
bad. I think that's more of a discrepancy than it's supposed to be.
I don't see that as... I definitely don't see it as oh shit, I'm a better wall crawler because I have J's on. I don't know. Personally, the fact that any of them can wall crawl in their suit is crazy. So I don't really see the much different. I can't scientifically understand the wall crawler. Even the 2002 Sam Raimi Spider-Man where they show the kind of
hairs,
the hairs that spiders use to climb walls. It's all right, cool, that makes sense. But those hairs have to grow very long for them to be able to start doing that through his suit.
You know what? We're gonna give them a minus on this, so a -1. We're gonna give score at the end.
Okay. That's all right. I didn't
adapt.
Okay, the scores.
Adapt faster than Peter.
How so?
Peter Parker has always been the kind of guy who leaps into a fight, gets his butt kicked, learns from the experience, and comes back with some new trick or device to win the day. Miles is different in that he tends to take the time to study up before a challenge, which is certainly a smarter way to fight. His ability to watch videos of his predecessors to learn his moves and improve upon them shows an ability to adapt.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Yeah, I don't know
I don't consider that adapting. Like that's like the studying thing. That he just has like a specific like advantage because he had someone there. It's like it's like saying some people are better at dancing than Michael Jackson because they can do the moonwalk better. But like they can do the moonwalk better because Michael Jackson
watched him. They watched. Yeah.
So I don't want to say that he adapts better. And like if we're really gonna like go into it, like one of them is like a crazy scientist. You know what I mean? Like
that's a -2. That's a -2 right there. A far more powerful spider sense. Oh, really? Oh. Both Peter Parker and Miles have a spider sense. It's one of the signature moves of being Spider-Man. It's an incredibly useful skill we've seen as it keeps Spider-Man from getting shot or having a car thrown into his face. Peter Parker's spider sense is pretty well tuned thanks to many years of using it. Miles appears to be weaker initially, but it turned out to be somewhat different than Peter's. Miles' spider sense has been shown to act faster than Peter's. It warns him earlier, but also appears to be louder in his head depending on the danger. Prior to Peter's passing, Miles dreamed of this event, which suggests his spider sense may be completely precognitive and spread to... Oh, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. Because he saw Peter die before he died.
I guess. The question is, where are they getting this from? Is it straight from the comics? Are they talking about them? I'm not disagreeing with this one because I'm not sure. Personally, I don't know the origin. Like, does anyone know the source? Oh, I know people know. What's the source of the spider sense? Like, because like they have different movies and stuff like that. Like I remember like one of like that little spider universe with the Spider Woman and whatever. Like something like the fact that there's multiple Spider-Man in different verses and they're all connected and stuff like that. Like what? Like it depends. Like what's the source? Like is it like similar to like the Speed Force? And like because Wally West had more of a connection to the Speed Force, he was faster than Barry Allen. Is it like that? Is it like that? Miles is like more connected to the source of like where the spider sense comes from. That's why I can't give it a minus or a plus. I get that shit a neutral.
I don't know if there's a Spider Force. I don't know. It feels like it was just from the radiation. I don't know. Well, I won't cancel that one though. They only have a -2 right now. Heals faster. When you think of a healing factor in the Marvel Universe, most people immediately jump to Wolverine, but that mutant is hardly the only superhero gifted with that power. Spider-Man also has a healing factor, which has helped him to recover from many beatings over the years, even if it takes a day or two to get him back on his feet. Miles has a healing factor as well, and his more accelerated than Peter's. Throughout the books, Miles has been shown to heal much faster from wounds that would take longer for Peter. Also, he appears to be far more durable, capable of recovering from being dosed faster, and can withstand more intense electric attacks. I'll take their word for that one, since they said throughout the books.
You have no choice but to agree with the electric thing. Like they didn't even have to point that out, bro. You can use electricity, so like of course he's gonna be more like durable. Like that was just like a no-brainer. Everything else I can't say, but to mention Wolverine in the sense it's like, bro, like all right, he's not that good. Calm down. Like isn't that like Wolverine's like main ability? I know the claws. I mean, no, like like people like Wolverine and Deadpool, like their regeneration is ridiculous. Like yeah, like you know what I mean? Like Wolverine, like practically is immortal. The only thing, the way you kill him is like if you affect his brain. Like bro, like as long as his brain is still there, bro, like he can come back. So like that, like nah, like you don't gotta put him in a sentence, bro. Like, he ain't that like. Spider-Man ain't that good, like. All
right, Venom Blast Power. Okay, yeah, that's the electricity. We know that. That's one of his abilities.
That's tough.
Venom Blast Power and Venom Strike Power. Okay, Venom Strike is a power closely associated with Miles' Venom Blast Power. Certainly works well. This is like the same power. You could have just said Venom Power. This is just his electricity. Why did they put Venom there?
Because they needed a solid number like 20. Like, who will read something that says 19 things that Peter Parker can't do that like Miles Morales can't? Like, no one's going to read that shit.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's the same power. They took that for Anyway, energy thread regeneration. Generation. I can't read. Another power tied to Miles' Venom abilities is his use of energy threads, which he can project from his fingertips.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I did not. I did not know he could do that. Miles can project golden threads of energy from his fingers. He can use to snare and grab enemies. He has the ability to stack enemies and pull them into the ground, but they come in handy when his web shooters broke. Miles' energy threads act much like spiderweb and have the same 10 stop.
I bet you that shit was one issue. I bet you that was like in one or two issues, and since it happened, like, it's canon. Because you know, American comics, like, they have mad different versions of people. So, but like, that's
looks
tough.
Like a
That's
it looks like a mix between just like spider webs and his Venom power.
I wonder if I want to read that issue, because I wonder if he's able to do that instead of having like web shooters. Because you know how like in like once again I'm mentioning this, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, he didn't use web shooters. That was one of the alterations where it was coming out of him. So I wonder if this issue he didn't have web shooters. Like the way he had was like golden energies coming out of, like, you know, his hands. Because they're saying like it worked just like spider webs. It had the same you know, the strength and durability. So I wonder if like that was just like a replacement in that issue. Like he didn't have web shooters or anything, like that's what he was using. I don't know, I'd have to look at it, but yeah, but either way, that's definitely canon, because I could see from the picture that was definitely an issue. So bro,
this the third one that they're talking about is freaking Venom Power again, bro. Release large bursts of energy. That's all in the same ability, bro. That's all the you know what, let's keep going. Possible immortality. What? Possible?
I'm gonna let you know right now. Don't even read it. I don't agree. I can't.
Possible? Okay, that's a minus.
And the fact that you say possible too, like, I don't know, I don't know, nigga. I just feel like he might be able to do that shit. Like,
wait. Look at this next one. Confide in his BFF.
That's a
okay. Peter don't got friends. That makes sense.
No.
Spider-Man and his amazing friends. I know he has a bunch of friends.
But I was gonna say it depends. All right, so I get it. Miles Morales has they use him in the movies now. Ned. Miles, like, because Ned originally is Miles Morales' best friend. You know, Tom Holland stole that.
They used Tom Holland as the picture, and Tom Holland confided in his BFF.
Yeah, no, but I can't count that because they mixed the two. Like, because Ned is a, you know, whatever. But I can't say that. So, like, Miles Morales had a best friend from the start in it. But there's a lot of alterations of Spider-Man where he had someone to talk to. For example, in the movies, Mary Jane found out, and he was able to do that. Harry found out they were villains, but they ended up becoming best friends again. Even though he died. I think he died in the third one. But either way, you got Spider-Man and friends.
Spoilers!
Oh no one watched the 2002 Spider-Man. 2007 Spider-Man 3.
No, but the thing is, they used Tom Holland's picture for this.
Yeah. So I mean, but either way, you got Spider-Man and friends where he had Iceman and
that's a good show.
Got her name. They knew his secret, so he had friends through that the whole time. And even though he didn't have like what can I say, a human, like a regular best friend, Spider-Man had many like hero friends that he was like bro, him and Daredevil was really like chopping it up. Like,
I would love for them to make the movies on that.
And if you count Spectacular Spider-Man, where Drake Bell voiced him, bro had best friend, like, because they were living together at a time. Yeah. So you know what, number nine, screw you.
I'm gonna give that minus. That's 6 minuses right now.
Peter Parker has friends.
Relate to teenagers.
They must be talking about the movie, because that's dumb as hell.
They used Tom Holland's pictures. Tom Holland is a teenager.
Well, he's actually in his 20s, but
he's 20?
Yeah, he's like 21 or 22.
No. Sorry, in the movie. In the movie.
Oh, in the movie. Yeah, he's in high school. He's like a 15-year-old kid. But like that doesn't make sense. They must be talking about Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, because that's the only Spider-Man iteration where bro was old as shit. But like then again, like almost every high school movie back then had 30-year-olds and 20-something-year-olds playing high school students, big as hell, looking like grown ass men and stuff like that. But like, and like, you know, and then like after the first movie, he wasn't in high school anymore. So it was just the first movie where he was in high school. After that, he's in college and he's getting married. Like, you know, they moved off to teenager life, right? Off teenage life real quick. But to say Miles Morales can relate to teenagers, but Peter Parker can't when he got his ability at 15? Like what? Bro, like,
yeah, no, I don't know. That's a -7. -7. Benefit from the example of another Spider-Man.
Well,
yes.
Yeah. No, that's
yes.
easy.
I mean, this is kind of like the double from what we talked about earlier, but okay, yes.
Easily,
they
yes.
can pass with that one, yeah.
Asshole.
Work better in a team.
What? No, hell no. Y'all not disrespecting Peter like that. Y'all not disrespecting Pete like, yeah. Go get him. Go get him.
Spider-Man and his amazing friends, man.
Come on, no, hell no. Hell no. Bro was on the Avengers. Bro, hell no. Come on, son.
And he was really bad at
Bro,
the beginning.
He
had to get better. He was really bad.
Off rip, I'm not even, I could hit comics. I could hit like some like, granted, I'm not going to say I'm the biggest comic person, but I could hit some comics. He was part of the Fantastic Four. I could hit comics. I could hit the old cartoons and the animated series. But off rip, if anybody want to talk about a recent like example, y'all acting like when they wasn't going against Thanos in Infinity Wars, like he wasn't kicking in that teamwork. He was
on that. Yeah. Okay, -8.
Man, screw.
Maintain a sensible continuity.
I don't get it.
I'm gonna read that. Peter Parker Spider-Man comics have been around since 1962, and in all the times those books have been coming out, the character has gone through a number of changes. Most of these changes have been loved by fans, but there are a few weird storylines that have made Spider-Man's continuity incredibly confusing. If you haven't gone to the trouble to read the thousands of books that have featured the characters, Miles' history is relatively new, and while he has gone from Earth 1610 to Earth 616, he has remained the same guy throughout. No clones are running around who are actually Miles. There aren't any major costume changes yet, and his continuity is easy to follow. Come on, bro. This is weird. This is not even like.
Granted, I would say Miles Morales is still fairly new.
Yeah, so that's a weird one to put.
I'm not going to say that they're wrong, because like I get what they're saying. Like you got the Spider-Man, Man Spider, the Scarlet Spider, like all the different alterations. Technically, Miles Morales is an alteration of Spider-Man, so it's kind of unfair to be like, oh, he's more consistent, because Spider-Man been out since like what 40s, I think. I don't like that was one of Stan Lee's OGs, and then like Miles Morales started in like the 2000s, like 2010s, I think. Miles Morales like started, so I think that's unfair. I do have to fact check. You know, I don't want to be wrong in front of like so many people, but I do have to fact check that Miles Morales is 2011 was his first issue.
People gonna correct the shit out of you.
Yeah, I know, but I had to. Yeah, 2000. I had to look. 2011 is his first appearance. So compared to like Spider-Man, like so long ago, like decades. Like of course, after decades, you're gonna think of something new for the character. That's mean, but they're not wrong.
I'm gonna give that a -8. I think we're 8.
You gonna give them a minus?
I'm gonna give that a minus. I mean, okay.
Because I don't agree. I don't like it. But they're not wrong. That like they don't have clones of. Okay, all right. Let's give them minus.
-7.5.
Because that point is unfair to Miles itself. I feel like.
Yeah. Take things seriously. If there's one thing everyone knows about Spider-Man, is that he uses humor to deflect and confuse his enemies. His ability to randomly insult everyone and comment on everything has built up sort of armor for the wall crawler, but it also labels him as something of a jokester who can't take anything seriously. Peter is always cracking jokes during serious situations, but Miles is completely different. I guess.
Nah, man. They go ahead with that one. I'm sorry. They go ahead with that one. I think every Spider-Man takes it. Every superhero, like, oh, nope, not Deadpool, but like
they make jokes and can take things seriously when they need to.
Like, come on, like you acting like when he got getting his ass whooped, he not like, all right, I think I might have to really like fight this nigga. Like they like,
I mean, Peter do be making jokes when he's getting his ass beat, you know?
I know, but like, all right, so they acting like when shit don't hit the fan, Peter don't really get down to business. Like,
yeah.
Because Miles makes jokes too. Because he idolizes Spider-Man, and he's a funny kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so he makes jokes as well. So like to say that like he's more serious than Peter, like that's unfair. Like Peter being. Like they acting like niggas don't like kidnap Aunt May, and he just like, whoa, Aunt May, what are you doing here? Like he be joking about shit like that.
You can say on the terms of like I've heard some of Miles' jokes. They ain't really funny.
Rude.
You can say like he is technically a little more serious.
Out of all I can say out of all the films, Tom Holland makes me laugh the most.
Yeah,
out of all the films, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and I'm even gonna count Shameik Moore, even though it's not live action. I'm gonna count that movie because it should be on top of there. Like the animation shouldn't matter because that shit's fire. Tom Holland made me laugh the most. That's
really who he is, kind of. He's kind of like a nerd.
Well, no. All of them were nerds. Like,
yeah, but like, I don't know. It's something about Tom.
Tobey Maguire was the biggest. You know what it is? He has the out of everyone that spirit of like a childish ass kid in a situation like that. He shows it more. Like just off rip when like first time I watched Civil War, and bro was like, "Whoa, you have a metal arm?" Like that shit just had me dying. Come on, yo. Focus, nigga, focus. Like,
yeah. There was a time I did get mad at a certain area where, when everybody comes to help Captain America, and then he goes up and he's like smiling, and it's like, okay, the way he was smiling kind of for me broke character.
He wasn't even smiling.
This is supposed to be a very serious situation, and he was kind of like. The way he was smiling was kind of like when you're a sitcom, with the audience clapping, and the guest star comes in and the audience is clapping. That's how he was smiling to me, and I was like,
so I'm gonna say this: you're biased, because Doctor Strange and Juan had a whole joke. Ant-Man and the Wasp when they went up, she smirked at him. And I don't even think Spider-Man was really smiling. Maybe he was just, I don't know, happy to be alive.
You can see I'm biased. I could be biased because I really Spider-Man is my favorite hero, so I was paying most attention to him. But anyway, let's continue. We've been on this one. We'll give them a minus 0.5 as well on this. So now it's on the -8.
Right,
Being nominated for a Golden Globe. Oh, that's cap.
Next. Let's go. Next. That's some bullshit. That's not even Miles Morales. Get that shit out.
Be related to the Atlanta cast.
What? Come,
bro. That's stupid, bro. That's stupid. That's so stupid. That's -10. That's stupid.
And that's a lie. I tell you how it's a lie. It's a lie.
That's a lie.
Because this list is things that Miles Morales has that Peter Parker doesn't have, right?
Yeah.
Childish Gambino played technically who was supposed to be Miles Morales' uncle in Homecoming, and so technically Peter Parker has a connection to the Atlanta cast as well. So Screenrant, suck one.
-11. Hug his parents, bro. I'm done. Yo! It's not nice to point out, but Miles can go home to his mom and dad while Peter can't. Bro!
That's some dickhead shit.
I'm done.
I'm sorry, but they that's an asshole's move. But they got a point for that because that's true. That's true.
I'm done. All right, so that gives it. They got a 9 out of 20. A 9 out of 20. Y'all could have just kept to the 5 things.
I love it how they put that #1 though. Like that's the #1 thing he doesn't have. Parents. Like that's
wild. That's wild.
Chill. He got. Oh my god! I almost said he got Uncle Ben. Oh my god! I'm making it worse. Ah, that hurts.
If you seen the thumbnail, that's what I saw before I looked at this. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Yep.
Thanks Superback for being here.
Always.
Catch you in the next one, and bye.